Well, it's not every day I get to do this, but I have to start this video out with an apology. I've had this mic for, about 2 years. And this is the first review I've done for it. I am sorry, SE. It's been a long road, and I don't want to get into all the BS that has led us to this moment, but here we are. Late is better than never, though, right? Okay, then, with that out of the way, let's get into it with the SE VR1. So in my experience with build quality on ribbon mics, they're generally really well built. It's almost in an unconscious way of making up for the fragility of the ribbon. And there's nothing different here. A unique look to the mic, also an exceptionally small microphone, which I actually wasn't expecting when I saw this thing online. The shock mount is equally unique, and this thing has an all-around really cool vibe to it. Now, I do also have to point out that it comes in its own box. Now, I generally hate when mics on the cheaper end do this, but it's easily forgiven when you consider that this is a ribbon microphone. The screen is wrapped all around the capsule completely, so if you're using this mic, perhaps try to be just a bit gentle with it. By the way, it's also a good time to mention, this thing sells for $399 US. All in all, it's a really nice build and a really cool looking mic for its price. Okay, so we're going to keep the specs short and sweet. Frequency response is 20 Hz to 18 kHz. The max SPL is 135 dB. The self noise is 17 dB, which is actually rather decent for a ribbon mic. And the sensitivity is neg 55 dBV per Pascal, which makes this just a touch more sensitive than an SM58, which is actually pretty impressive. So let's see what these mics sound like when you dress them up all pretty. And for that, we're going to bring in Dylan. Now, this was the final video he worked on before he got his job with Mackie and Rode. Here's what he had to say about the microphone after he had some time testing it out. Like most ribbon mics, the SE VR1 is what you might call a character mic. This is a microphone you take out of your locker for a reason. The VR1 is a mountain of rich low end with quite subdued yet smooth highs. The transient response of this mic is also much smoother and makes a lot of sound sources and voices sound more natural. Keep in mind though, it does need a solid dollop of gain, though not as much as some ribbon mics. To record some acoustic guitar, I'm running this through my Neve 1073, boasting 80 dB of gain. Now if you're considering buying it, pick this up because you're looking for its unique sound, somewhat due to the figure 8. Keep in mind though, the proximity effect on this mic is aggressive, hence that bold low end on it. But if you're looking for an intimate, warm tone with boisterous lows and creamy highs, the SE VR1 just might be the texture you're looking for. So this is going kind of the same way most other ribbon mics go on this channel. However, this one does offer up quite a bit of value being as cheap as it is. Now, while you might be scoffing at $400 being cheap, remember, these things are very much specialized mics. They're meant to be grabbed out of the mic locker with intent. But if you are one who may have said intent, do come willing to experiment. A good ribbon mic can be temperamental with proximity, as Dylan pointed out, and you may have to find your own sweet spot with a microphone like this. But if you are looking at shaping your sound and perhaps need a new brush to paint your murals, this microphone just might be the answer for you. And I think that's one of the most important things to understand with microphones. Not simply good or bad, just tools, and tools for different jobs. Much like the futility of trying to paint with a frying pan or hammer a nail with a rubber mallet. There is a tool for every job. And while some tools transfer over to other jobs, some very much do not. The only shortcomings of this microphone will be dictated by the user's use case, not by the actual ability of the microphone. What I do have to say is, that's a good job, SE. Let me know what you thought about the VR1 from SE down below though. Cheers, guys, and thanks for watching, even if it was a couple years late.
Thank you.